Hi, welcome back. My name is Ashley and I am a 5th grade teacher for those of you that do not know. And on my channel, I kind of talked about in my intro video, I'm going to be talking about or sharing content related to teaching strategies, teacher vlogs, teacher hauls, and just kind of sharing all things teacher with you. So today is my son's first day of daycare. We kind of got word that it sounds like we're going to be going back to school at the end of August as of now, kind of depending on how everything goes between now and then. So I wanted to get him into his daycare just part-time, a couple days a week, just so he can kind of get used to the setting, because he is only 5 months old and he's been home with me since he was born. So wanted to get him used to that environment, but it's also kind of giving me some time to get things prepped for the new school year, which is kind of nice. So today what I wanted to share with you was some math kits that I'm putting together. And something that I want to stress, because I've seen so many first year teachers, or just teachers in general, and I'm guilty of it, spending so much money on their classrooms and making them look like these Instagram like classroom heavens, basically. Like, there are so many amazing and beautiful classrooms out there that teachers are pouring so much of their money into, and I'm guilty of that. But this year I'm really trying to rein that in. Just, you know, the money that I make, I feel like, especially with having a baby right now, it needs to be focused on my family right now. That is my earning that I have made from my job. And as teachers, I know that's really hard for us not to pour all of that into our classrooms, because we want to give our students everything that we can and give them the best. And I'm just here to tell you that your classroom and your students are going to love you for your teaching and not your classroom. I do think it's important to have a nice and organized classroom, and it does need to look like appealing in some ways, but I don't think that you need to spend thousands of dollars in your classroom every year. So this year I'm really trying to work on that. And so what I'm bringing you with my math kit today is just a really affordable math kit, because chances are at some point I could potentially be teaching at home, and I want my students to have manipulatives that they can use at home. And I don't want to send my like nice ones that I've ordered through the teaching supply. I don't want to send those home because they get lost in the classroom as it is. So going home, I know that they could have a greater chance of getting lost. So I'm making some today out of some resources that I printed off and laminated, and I wanted to share that with you. So what I've done is I have printed off just different math manipulatives that we use in the classroom. In 5th grade, we focus a lot on fractions and decimals and place values. So I have printed off fraction bars. I printed them off on like Astrobrite cardstock paper, and I laminated those with my home laminator. So I do splurge on some stuff, but like my laminator, I just got a small one, and I use that every year right before school gets back to going, and that was just a really affordable laminator. I didn't go all out on the laminator. I think that was probably less than $30. And then so I printed fraction bars, geo boards, base 10 blocks, laminated those, and I'm going to cut all of those out, and then students will receive envelopes. I'll probably let them honestly decorate their own envelopes and write on them. That's backwards for you, isn't it? But I will cut these out, put the manipulatives in the right envelope that they belong in. And then the cheap part here, a lot of teachers are buying like the plastic little boxes right now because those are really popular, and you can get them for like reasonable price. But again, I don't know what the school year is going to look like. I don't know if they're going to be going home or what. So my students already have to bring in a binder. So what I did was I picked up the sheet protectors that just clip into binders at Target, and I just got like the cheap Target brand, nothing fancy sheet protectors. I stuck a plain piece of cardstock paper in here, so students could obviously at home, if they needed to, they could use this as a whiteboard. And then it's not having to be shared, because even in the classroom, I'll probably have students use this as a whiteboard, because I don't want my whiteboards that I already have in the classroom being shared among students. So this gives them their own personal one. So they can use that as a whiteboard, and then what they'll do is they will take their manipulatives that are cut out and put in their envelopes, and they'll just be able to take the envelopes, slide them right down in the pocket, and then clip this into their binder so that they have it at school, and then they'll take their binder home daily. So they have it at school and at home for their use. One thing, just kind of thinking that I don't have in here that I'm probably going to add, is our state in Missouri, we have like an official like reference sheet that they can use in math. So I will probably work on printing that reference sheet off and also sticking that in there. And then I might even order just a cheap pack of like dry erase markers for them, just like the small skinny ones, and then put a small skinny Expo marker in here so they can use this as the whiteboard, and then we're not passing Expo or dry erase markers out and having to disinfect those and everything. They can just have their own little personal one, so that won't be very expensive. But that's just my cheap little math toolkit. They'll be able to put it in their binder. And is it perfect? No. Does it look Instagram photo worthy? No. But it works and it's practical, and I won't like, for me, just printing off extra sets of those, like if needed, if a kid loses one of these sets, it's going to be easy for me to print it off, laminate it for them, give it to them, they can cut it out on their own, and then they're good to go again. So I feel like that's a lot more practical than losing pieces in my actual like nice manipulatives that I have at the school. And the next thing that I want to show you, because I had this weekend gone to Target, and of course we know all the teacher stuff is coming out in the Target dollar spot, or it's really not a dollar spot anymore. It's more like, what do they call it? The bullseye playground. But like I said, I'm not going overboard in my classroom. This is probably the only thing that I am buying from Target to go in my classroom this year, but I wanted to share that with you because some of you had interest over on my Instagram page. And if you do not follow my Instagram page, you can find me at learningwithmrs.atkinson, and I just share all my stuff over there, and you can probably see what videos are coming up just to kind of get a sneak peek. So what I got at Target was these, I don't know if you can see, birthday badges. There are 48 birthday tags in here, so this will probably last me almost 2 school years, depending on what my class size is over the next 2 years. These were $1, so yay. And then I got 2 packages of just these name tags. I really like these ones. My classroom is not dinosaur themed, but I love that it says my name is and then me llamo, which is my name is in Spanish. So I thought that was kind of cool that the kids could see different languages and learn kind of different phrases. I think that's kind of cool. We don't focus on that in my school, but just kind of exposing them to different cultures and everything I think is important. But again, 48 name tags for $1. I don't typically use these as name tags for the students. Typically I'll use these for like math facts or like just different like vocabulary words and just little activities that we like to have fun with in the classroom. And then the same with these. These are just hello, my name is. These ones I kind of liked. They're a little skinnier. So there's actually 96 tags in this package, and they were $1. So I thought that was a bargain. I use those every year. With the virus and everything, of course, we're having to cut down on what's shared between students. So I don't know how I'll exactly use them this year. But again, they were $1. I'll find some way to use them. Maybe I write the facts on the cards and put them under the projector. I don't know. Or even doing a scavenger hunt and hanging these on the wall, taping them on the wall, and the kids walk around without touching these and solving problems, possibly. We'll see. The next thing I got is not even going to be used in the classroom. I'm going to use it for content planning at home and just have it on my desk at home. So I got this big desk calendar. It's $5, so for a desk calendar, I thought that was a decent price. Those can get kind of pricey if you get like the really nice ones. So I was happy with that. And then I also got, I've never seen something like this in previous school year, so this looks like it's something new. I might be wrong, but it's like math dry erase flip charts. So if we look on the back here, I don't know if you can see all those activities. I'm most excited about this page where it has the decimals, because like I said, we really focus on decimals and place value, so it has that place value chart. So this is something that I could see using in the classroom. And then it goes like over standard form, word form, expanded form. We focus on that very heavily in 5th grade. So really, out of all the pages on this is my most favorite page and probably the one that'll be used the most this year. But I thought that was something that I could easily take to the classroom, use in the classroom, and if needed, I can bring that home and I can use it to make videos at home for my students, to do digital lessons, depending on what happens this year. So there's the decimal place value page, 10 frames for my younger students, in and out, like find the rule, with like tables a lot. I know it's like a 6th grade standard. 5th grade, we touch on it just a little bit, but don't really get into it super hard. There's graph paper. There's a fun like circle numbers that equal 2, which would be fun for younger grades if you know. It has like a bunch of random numbers in it in a box, kind of like a word search, and then you could choose a number like 26 and they have to circle a string of numbers that equals 26. So I thought that was kind of fun for younger grades. There's a number line, which I'm kind of excited about because we use number lines with fractions also. So I am terrible at making proportioned number lines, so I'm excited to have an already made number line that I can use in the classroom. Addition, subtraction, multiplication table, multiplication equations, addition equations, draw the shape, and magic triangles. Like I think those are like the fact family triangles. So again, these are dry erase, so super excited about that. Easy for me to take in the classroom, easy for me to bring home. Doesn't take up a lot of space. It's not heavy, it's not bulky. So I believe that was $7, so that I felt like it was a bargain for the size that it is. So that is what I got at Target. I am going to spend the rest of my day making these math toolkits for my students, and we'll see you next time. Bye.